Welcome to the Deep Dive. You know that feeling when you hear someone speak English so effortlessly and you think, I wish I could do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, today we're tackling the very question. We're not really uncovering some, secret talent.
No, not at all. Instead, we're looking at the everyday, practical things, the stuff that builds real fluency.
Exactly. Our focus isn't on intense study marathons or some innate gift for languages.
Right. This deep dive we did, looking at sources like 10 daily habits that make you fluent, really highlights that fluency is more about the small, consistent actions you kind of weave into your daily life.
It's actually quite reassuring, isn't it? To know it's not just about how many facts you can memorize.
Definitely.
Our source material really emphasizes that those daily habits, done almost automatically.
That's the engine of progress.
Yeah, think of it like compounding interest. Small efforts just adding up in a big way over time.
And what's so encouraging about this approach is that it's genuinely accessible to everyone. It really is. You don't need hours and hours each day to see a real difference.
Oh.
The magic ingredient is that steady rhythm of practice, just fitting English into the little gaps, the nooks and crannies of your routine.
So today we're breaking down 10 of these actionable daily habits. Forget abstract theories for a minute.
Right. These are concrete steps, things you can actually do.
Yeah, things you can take right now to level up your English. The insights we've gathered suggest this could be a real game changer for your learning journey.
I think so too. And I'm genuinely excited to explore them with you.
Me too.
These habits are designed to be manageable, to integrate smoothly into your existing life.
Right.
And most importantly, to create genuine, lasting improvements in your fluency.
Okay, let's dive into our first habit then. Speaking for 5 minutes every single morning.
And crucially, out loud.
Yes, out loud.
This is really a cornerstone habit. It immediately activates your speaking mechanisms and kind of tunes your brain to English first thing.
The source we looked at even suggests making this your priority before you get sucked into your phone.
Which is smart, right? It carves out that dedicated space for it.
Totally. And the suggested topics are so low pressure. Just talking about how you're feeling, your plans for the day.
Yeah, or even those half-formed thoughts or weird dreams you had.
Exactly. No need for a perfect performance.
None at all. The aim here isn't to deliver some flawless monologue. It's simply about engaging the parts of your brain responsible for English expression.
Getting things firing.
Exactly. Think of it, as the source cleverly puts it, like a gentle warm-up.
A warm-up for your voice and your English thinking brain. I like that.
Yeah.
That image really helps visualize the benefit, doesn't it? Starting your day by actually sounding fluent.
Even if you're still working on it.
Right. Even if you're still building towards that, it feels like a powerful way to build confidence.
Paves the way for actual fluency down the line.
Okay, let's move on. Habit number 2, compliments that output practice nicely.
Which is listening to real English every day. Minimum 15 minutes.
And the crucial word there, as you said, is real.
Yeah. Authentic, unscripted English. The kind made for native speakers.
Right, so we're not talking about those deliberately slow, maybe overly clear recordings you sometimes get in textbooks.
No. Our sources give some fantastic examples. Podcasts on all sorts of topics. Those everyday YouTube vlogs, Netflix shows with natural conversations.
Even like short Instagram reels from native creators.
Exactly. Those count too. Loads of options.
And what makes this habit so practical is how easily it can become part of your existing routines.
Yeah, the material suggests finding those pockets of time, like listen while you're cooking dinner.
Or walking the dog, commuting.
Stretching. Yeah, whatever fits.
And it's not just about consciously understanding every single word, is it? There's something else happening.
Precisely. There's a more subtle learning process at work. The real value, as our source points out, lies in training your ear.
Training it for what, exactly?
For the natural rhythm and speed of the language, the emotional undertones, even those casual slang terms that pop up.
Oh, okay.
Your brain starts to absorb the natural flow of English on a subconscious level,
Got it. Okay, habit number 3. This shifts our focus to writing.
Yep. Just 3 sentences in a journal each day.
Simple enough. But there's a really important condition attached.
A crucial one. Absolutely no translating from your native language.
Why is that rule so important?
Well, the research we looked at indicates it basically compels your brain to engage directly with English thought patterns.
Ah, so you're forced to think in English, even when writing.
Exactly. Even when you're just forming those initial sentences on paper or, on your screen.
And the topics can be anything at all, can't they? Like a quick recap of your day.
Totally. Or a fleeting thought, something new you learned, anything.
And by consistently doing this, you begin to identify the English vocabulary you already have.
Right, what you know. And maybe more importantly, the words and phrases you still need to learn.
That makes sense. It's also a good way to start developing your own authentic English writing voice, I guess.
Definitely, finding your style.
Our source even threw in a neat bonus tip here, suggesting a daily theme for your journal entries.
Yeah, like something I'm grateful for today, or one small step I took towards my goals.
That could provide a nice little framework, keep it fresh.
It does. And when you consider the cumulative effect, 3 sentences a day really adds up.
How much are we talking?
As the research highlights, that's around 90 sentences every month.
Wow.
That kind of consistent engagement can significantly strengthen your English mindset.
Okay, habit number 4 takes us in a slightly different direction, moving beyond single words.
Right, into the realm of functional language. Learning one useful phrase each day, not just a word, a whole phrase.
This feels really practical.
It's a particularly effective strategy because language isn't just, a list of isolated words. It's about how those words combine.
How they work together in real conversations.
Exactly. The material we looked at provides some excellent examples. I'm not sure, but I think, to be honest with you, I could really use a break.
Yeah, stuff you actually hear people say.
These are the building blocks of natural conversation.
And learning these ready-made chunks of language is so much more efficient than trying to build sentences word by painful word, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. When you learn a whole phrase, you're simultaneously absorbing grammar, pronunciation, the right tone, and the vocabulary within it. It's a much more sort of integrated approach.
So how do you actually do it?
Well, our source offers a really practical method. Choose one phrase daily. Say it aloud maybe 10 times to get comfortable with it.
Okay.
Then try using it in 3 different original sentences you create yourself.
Right. Applying it.
And then the final step, actively try to incorporate it into your speaking or writing that same day. Make it active.
That's a very concrete plan. Choose it, practice it, apply it, use it.
Exactly. And the long-term impact is pretty substantial. As the research points out, learning just one practical expression a day, that adds up to over 365 new phrases in a single year.
Wow. That's huge when you think about it like that.
That level of consistent exposure and active practice with functional language will have a profound effect on your fluency.
Okay, habit 5. This one's called shadowing.
Ah, yes, shadowing. It's often recommended, but maybe not always done consistently.
And the suggestion here is just 5 minutes. 5 minutes of directly copying a native speaker.
Yeah, and shadowing is just incredibly powerful for refining your pronunciation and your intonation, getting that natural sound.
How does it work step by step?
The source provides a clear guide. Find a short piece of audio or video, maybe just a minute long.
Okay.
Play one sentence, pause it, and then immediately repeat it.
Just repeat it.
Well, you try to perfectly mimic the speaker's speed, their tone, even the emotion they convey.
Ah, okay. So really copy everything.
Exactly. Keep doing it until it sounds as natural as possible to you.
So you're really aiming to be like a vocal mirror of the speaker.
Precisely. And the benefits are significant. The material we looked at highlights improvements in your accent, a smoother flow in your speech, increased speaking confidence, and a better internalization of the natural rhythm of spoken English. Think of it like training the specific muscle movements required.
A clear and natural pronunciation.
Got it.
5 minutes doesn't seem like a huge time investment, but our source suggests can lead to surprisingly rapid improvements in speaking style.
It really can. It's about focused, deliberate mimicry that fine-tunes your vocal apparatus, in a very direct way.
Makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay, habit number 6 shifts our attention to interaction.
Right. Asking at least one question in English every single day.
Why is asking questions so important?
Well, asking questions is absolutely fundamental to actually having a conversation, isn't it?
True.
It's how you show curiosity, keep a dialogue flowing, build connections with people.
And making it a daily habit helps you become more comfortable initiating in English, not just responding.
Exactly. The source gives some great, simple examples for people who have speaking partners.
Like what?
Things like, what are your plans for the weekend? Or, have you ever considered learning another language? Just simple, open-ended prompts.
Okay. But what if you don't have someone to practice with regularly?
Good question. The material offers practical alternatives.
Yeah.
You can pose questions to yourself, like in your journal or just thinking aloud.
Huh.
Or you could even direct questions to, say, an AI chatbot, Google search, or find relevant YouTube videos and ask questions about them.
So the key is the active process of forming and asking the question in English, regardless of who or what you're asking.
Precisely. It's about training your brain to initiate, not just wait to respond.
That makes perfect sense. Fluent speakers are good at asking questions, not just answering them. They drive the conversation.
Exactly. It's a subtle but really powerful shift in how you engage.
Habit number 7 is something you can literally integrate into pretty much any part of your day.
Which is talking to yourself in English while you're doing everyday tasks.
This might feel a bit weird at first.
It might seem a little unconventional, yeah, but it's actually very effective. The source gives some really relatable scenarios, like narrating your actions while washing dishes. Okay, now I'm scrubbing this pan.
Okay. Or taking a walk.
Yeah, oh, look at that dog over there. It's really fluffy. Or even just brushing your teeth. Okay, gotta get the back ones.
So instead of just thinking, I need my keys, you'd actually say it out loud. Okay, I need to grab my keys. Where did I put them last?
Exactly like that. And the research we've seen highlights some significant advantages to this.
Such as?
Well, firstly, it completely eliminates any fear of judgment. Your only audience is you.
True. Save space.
Secondly, it helps establish natural thought patterns directly in English. You're thinking and speaking it.
Right.
And thirdly, it directly links the language to the context of your actual daily life.
It's like transforming your own home, your own environment, into a mini English immersion zone without needing to travel anywhere.
That's a great way to put it. It makes English a practical tool for navigating your routine, not just something for study time.
Okay, habit number 8 introduces an element of fun. Gamification.
Yes. Setting small, daily English challenges for yourself.
Why add challenges?
Introducing a bit of gamification can be a fantastic way to maintain motivation. Makes learning feel less like a chore, more engaging.
So these micro-challenges, as the source calls them, are small, achievable goals you set each day.
Exactly. And the examples provided are really practical, like making a conscious effort to use a specific new word, say, actually 5 times today.
Okay, I can see doing that. Or
trying to describe a photograph in detail using lots of adjectives. Or maybe summarizing a short TED Talk in your own words.
they all sound very manageable, little tasks.
And the psychological impact of these small wins shouldn't be underestimated,
How so?
They build a sense of accomplishment and momentum. It makes the overall goal of fluency feel less daunting.
Yeah, less overwhelming.
The material suggests keeping a simple record, maybe a challenge calendar or a notebook, and even rewarding yourself when you complete them.
Framing the journey to fluency as a marathon, but making the daily steps feel like a fun video game. I really like that analogy from the source.
Me too. It makes the whole process feel much more approachable and less intimidating, breaking it down into smaller, enjoyable steps you can celebrate.
Nice. Okay, almost there. Our second to last habit, number 9.
This one is dedicating just 3 to 5 minutes each day to reading something aloud.
We talked about reading silently for comprehension earlier, but this is different.
Very different. Reading aloud actively engages multiple cognitive systems at the same time. As our sources indicate, it involves your speaking, listening, and processing centers all at once.
And what kind of material should you read?
The selection is pretty broad. Short news articles, blog posts on topics you enjoy, maybe excerpts from novels.
So whatever captures your interest, really.
Exactly. The key is to set that timer for just a few minutes and read with intention.
Intention meaning?
Meaning paying attention to the pronunciation of the words, trying to inject some natural feeling and emotion into your voice, and focusing on speaking clearly.
Okay. And the benefits?
The research highlights several. Improved pronunciation, obviously. Strengthening the muscles used for speaking.
Like a workout for your mouth.
Kinda, yeah. Also, a more natural absorption of vocabulary and context, and a better understanding of the rhythm and pacing of spoken English, how it flows.
And there's a pro tip included too, right? About recording yourself.
Yes, recording yourself reading and then listening back. Critically, but not judgmentally.
Ah, that's important.
Yeah.
The source wisely emphasizes approaching this with a focus on objective observation.
Right. Identifying areas for potential improvement rather than beating yourself up about mistakes.
Good advice. Finally, habit number 10 brings us right to the end of the day.
Yes. Taking a few moments to reflect in English before you go to sleep.
How does this work? Is it like journaling again?
No, this is more passive, but still incredibly valuable. It taps into the power of your subconscious mind. The material suggests simply closing your eyes and consciously thinking in English about the events of your day.
So mentally asking yourself questions like, what did I do today? What new things did I learn?
Yeah, or what could I approach differently tomorrow? All entirely in English thought.
But crucially, don't speak, don't write.
Correct. Just think. The idea is to further immerse yourself in the language and allow your subconscious to continue processing it even while you sleep.
Does it really work?
The research suggests that even a brief period of this kind of mental rehearsal in English, maybe just 2 or 3 minutes, can be surprisingly effective.
It's like planting those seeds of fluency, as the source puts it.
Exactly. Seeds that can continue to develop and grow even while you're resting.
That's a really nice way to visualize it. A gentle way to end the day.
It is a gentle and effective way to conclude your day and reinforce your connection with English on a deeper level.
So there you have it. 10 daily habits, all drawn directly from our source material.
Yeah, and they really underscore the idea that achieving fluency is an active process.
Built through consistent small actions, rather than just passive study.
And as we've discussed, these habits are all designed to be pretty practical, relatively easy to integrate into the flow of your everyday life.
Now, if tackling all 10 at once feels a bit much,
Which it might.
yeah, our sources suggest maybe just starting with 2 or 3, the ones that particularly resonate with you.
And then gradually build from there. The crucial thing is just to establish a routine.
Making these practices a natural part of your identity as an English speaker.
Because ultimately, fluency isn't just a destination you arrive at, is it?
No, it's more like a continuous journey.
And a way of integrating English into the fabric of your daily existence, a lifestyle almost.
And you, listening to us right now, you absolutely have the capacity to make these changes. So thank you for taking this deep dive with us today.
Yes, thank you. It's been a pleasure exploring these.
As you go about the rest of your day, maybe take a moment to think. Which 1 or 2 of these 10 habits feels like the most accessible starting point for you?
Yeah, how could you realistically implement just one of them? Maybe starting today or tomorrow.
And finally, here's something to mull over.
Consider this. How might consistently incorporating even just one of these habits, how might that begin to fundamentally shift your own perception of your English abilities over, say, the course of the next month?